We will show you what's being done to help horses investigators say were abandoned on a central Kentucky farm.
Scattered thunderstorms kicking off the long holiday weekend, but up ahead we'll talk about additional rounds of bigger storms that may crash the 4th of July.
A warning about bears in one southern Kentucky community. We'll tell you about an increase in sightings.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon to you. Dozens of horses are receiving much needed help after investigators say they were abandoned.
Charles Burrell is charged with 43 counts of animal cruelty in the case out of Mercer County. His daughter and well-known horse trainer Maria Burrell faces the same charges. Hillary Thornton shows us what's being done to nurse all those horses back to health. It's our top story at 4:30.
As volunteers continue caring for the dozens of horses abandoned at that Mercer County farm, the donations of supplies continue pouring in. Investigators say the farm abandoned by Charles Burrell was left without any of the basic necessities. Burrell was arrested on 43 counts of animal cruelty, and an arrest warrant was issued for his daughter, trainer Maria Burrell, leaving 43 horses without any care. Volunteers working endlessly to make sure the horses are okay. Carrie Gilbert is one of those volunteers.
Thanks.
Picking up the latest load of supplies from Horse Sense in Versailles. Supplies all donated from folks throughout the state and even the country wanting to help the 43 horses.
Anytime something happens to animals in the horse industry, people really take that personal. So they tend to step up whenever needed.
The support of the thoroughbred industry and the equine community, not only in Kentucky, but nationwide, has been amazing. These horses need the supplies.
The owners here at Horse Sense are providing a discount for anyone who purchases supplies to go to those abandoned horses. In Versailles, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
And volunteers say they have received donations from all types of people and groups, including the owners of Run Happy, the Breeders' Cup Sprint winner trained by Maria Burrell. New at 4:30, Lexington police now say a string of robberies earlier this week are connected. All 4 crimes happened early Tuesday morning in a 40-minute span. The first was on Malibu Drive, where police say 3 masked men robbed a man and shot him in the leg. 2 Speedway gas stations and a Waffle House were then robbed. In the last 30 minutes, investigators have now released these surveillance pictures of 2 of the suspects. Police say that witness descriptions and evidence link the crimes. Well, it sounds like you'll need to keep an eye on the forecast the next couple of days as we get into the holiday weekend.
Yeah, we're going to have to dodge some showers and some storms, with chances increasing as we get later into our weekend. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's here now with an all-important check of that forecast.
And keep in mind, this is a long holiday weekend, so Monday actually qualifies as part of that weekend, and it's going to be later Sunday into Monday when we have the best chance of thunderstorms out there. Defender Radar Network in a moment. Right now, we're concentrating on live sky cams. 81 Jackson, low 80s across the entire area. Mix of sun and some clouds. It's a little more humid out there today, and leading to a couple of scattered showers and some thunderstorms. A little light rain, Maysville, heading toward parts of Nicholas County into Fleming County as well. Richmond, we got a raindrop or 2 heading into the downtown area very shortly, and now a little thunderstorm has developed on top of Campbellsville into Taylor County, and that may make a beeline toward parts of Pulaski County and over into Russell County. So folks around Lake Cumberland may even see a little rumble of or a little lightning and a rumble of thunder coming through over the next hour or so. This is ahead of a cold front. That's a good guy for the day tomorrow. Mild air coming in behind that spells very nice weather for our Saturday. But as I mentioned, guys, it is a long holiday weekend, and it is later Sunday, Monday. We'll break down the highest storm risk when I come back in a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. If you're in southern Kentucky, you're going to need to be on the lookout for bears.
There's been an increase in sightings this week in Whitley County. WKYT's Phil Pendleton talked to authorities about the reports.
The Whitley County 911 Center has received a lot of phone calls from here on the Whippoorwill Road, Bee Creek Road area in the northern part of Whitley County. And a lot of these phone calls came actually just yesterday afternoon between 1 and 2 o'clock. The callers told dispatchers they saw a large bear, possibly 6 feet tall. One caller said it was standing on its hind legs. Another person said they saw a bear in a tree. Now, police say the best advice is to stay calm and not to approach or try to provoke the bear. Sheriff Colin Harrell says bears are usually just after food. Making sure they don't get to it easily is the best advice.
They're not there to interact with humans. They're there for food. And we've got to realize that. So cover your garbage cans up.
Now, Fish and Wildlife officials have told us that bears usually are not prone to violence. They will not intentionally attack you, but the best advice is to simply not leave food out that's easy for them to get a hold of. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, you will hear some of these 911 phone calls from people who called 911 very concerned seeing a bear close to their homes. For now, in Whitley County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Oh, by the way, it is illegal to intentionally feed a black bear here in Kentucky.
Deputies making an arrest in an arson case. Raymond Pennington is now accused of setting fire to an apartment on Combs Drive north of Paintsville in Johnson County. And the sheriff's office, state police, and the ATF were all involved in the investigation. A Western Kentucky doctor has admitted to devising a scheme to obtain prescription pain medication. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, 46-year-old Sean McDonald pled guilty to fraud and making false statement charges. McDonald was accused of conducting the scheme while working at 2 Paducah hospitals. He will be sentenced for that on September 26th.
An attorney who has overseen the distribution of donations after several major events will now handle the fund for victims of the Orlando shooting. 49 people died when a gunman opened fire inside the Pulse nightclub on June 12th. The attorney has worked with funds following September 11th and the Boston Marathon. Millions of dollars have been donated to help the Orlando victims and their families. 2 employees at Orlando's Pulse nightclub visited Kentucky last night to help raise money for victims of the shooting rampage. The pair performed at Play Dance Bar in Louisville. Ribbons at the entrance listed the names of the victims hurt or killed. The Pulse employees say seeing those names was very emotional.
If you do stay, if you live in fear, then you are letting that person win. And he had no idea what he was doing when he did what he did, because at the end of the day, it's a tragedy, but he brought the community together more than anyone has ever seen before.
Well, both employees were at Pulse during the attack. They hid from the gunman in a dressing room.
A private company will help construct a new dining hall on the Eastern Kentucky University campus. EKU reached the $37 million deal with Aramark. The 3-story, 55,000 square foot dining hall will be built on the site now occupied by Case Hall and Annex. The building will be torn down this summer. Construction on the new building will begin in the fall and will be mostly complete by December of next year. Work to build a pedestrian walkway for the Kentucky State University campus is behind schedule. The walkway is being built across East Main Street. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet tells the State Journal workers have been held up because there are utilities in the way and they're trying to identify the owners. There has been some progress. New sewer lines have been installed and workers have begun building a bus pull-off on the south side of campus.
Some workers in Lexington are getting a pay boost. Starting today, the city's minimum wage is now $8.20 an hour. That's up from $7.25 an hour, which is the current federal minimum wage. The Urban County Council approved a 3-step plan to raise the wage last fall. It goes up to $9.15 an hour next July, followed by $10.10 an hour in July of 2018. Well, across the area, 4th of July festivities are getting underway. Lexington began 4th of July celebrations with the Great American Pie Contest and Ice Cream Social. Other events include the 4th of July Festival, the Bluegrass 10,000, and the fireworks on Monday. We have a complete list of events happening in Lexington and surrounding communities. Just head to WKYT.com.
It's an old craft that's attracting many new people. One man ended up becoming a quilter. Next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Happy Friday, everybody. 4th of July weekend is here. For many of you, it is a long holiday weekend, and you're hoping for some good weather. How about we kind of break it down half and half? Half good, half really, really bad. We look outside, and, well, this is the okay part right now. Live sky cam in Lexington. A little more humidity today than yesterday. Low 80s, 56% humidity. Winds are coming at us from the west. Farther to the east, we've had more clouds to deal with, and our temperatures are noticeably cooler. 77 into Moorhead. Some showers and Isolated thunderstorms, as expected, beginning now to blow up across the region. Focusing on Lake Cumberland, I would imagine we've got a few folks out on the water right now. They're okay in the short term, but if you have some friends or family down there on the lake, give them a heads up that in about an hour they may hear some thunder, and if that's the case, get on off the water. A little thunderstorm right on top of the Campbellsville area is working toward the southeast. Folks into parts of southwestern sections of Casey County, northern Adair County will get in on some of this as it cruises right on top of Campbellsville, heading toward the southeast. To the south of Lexington, a little shower that's popped up here on the Garrett, Jessamine, and Madison County line, and a few raindrops here into downtown Richmond up near Madison Central High School. The best chance of squeezing out a drop or two. Folks living out near the Lake Reba area, you may get the ground dampened at some point over the next little bit. Northeastern Kentucky, very isolated, with a cold front on top of the Ohio River. That has some very nice air coming up for the day tomorrow. So you're going to like the forecast for your Saturday, or at least you should. Hot as the 4th of July? Well, that's not appropriate right now. 80 tomorrow afternoon, mainly dry. Southern Kentucky, I could see at some point squeezing out a little isolated shower thunderstorm. But overall, tomorrow looks really good. Then look what happens as we go into Sunday and the 4th of July. We start to ramp it up a bit with some thunderstorms that will be increasing across most of central and eastern Kentucky. So the impact will be way, way up there for Sunday and Monday. Hour by hour forecast, 7 o'clock this evening through 11. Still, anyone fair game for an isolated shower thunderstorm. Tomorrow morning, some 50s will show up to begin the day. Touch of fog. Noon, mid-70s. You got a parade going on tomorrow. Maybe just a social event you're heading out to. 5 o'clock, 75 in northern Kentucky. Low 80 southern Kentucky. We can handle that. That's a good-looking Saturday, isn't it? Likewise for Saturday evening. Look what happens on Sunday, though. Here comes some increase in humidity. Could have an overrunning shower thunderstorm middle of the day Sunday. Sunday afternoon, 70 in the north, near 90 far southern Kentucky on Sunday afternoon with some thunderstorms. Then as we go quickly into Sunday afternoon and evening, we're going to see a couple of big complexes of thunderstorms take aim at the region that would carry us into Monday, 4th of July. Look at that. Little waves of showers and thunderstorms that will roll across the area. That may keep temperatures from reaching 80 on the 4th of July. But overall, this is a forecast that will include the possibility of some heat and humidity coming our way as we go toward the end of next week. Short term, tomorrow good. Later Sunday, Monday, bad. That's pretty simple, isn't it?
It's not going to be as hot as a firecracker, though, right?
No,
It's going to be hot.
it isn't, and a few of the firecrackers may kind of be soaked.
Yeah. I've been waiting all afternoon to be able to say that, so it's the one chance to. I know. Hello, is this mic on?
Pretty impressive for a Friday.
Crickets?
Yeah.
What?
Thanks, Chris.
All right, guys.
Well, this may surprise you, but quilt making has become a multi-million-dollar industry. Many new faces have been taking up the old craft.
Weijia Zhang introduces us to a retired teacher who caught the quilting bug from his wife.
He always enjoyed going to the quilt shows, too.
Watching his wife from the sidelines was not enough for Bruce White.
And I asked her one time too many what she was going to make with this fabric that I had brought her. And she said, if you're so anxious to see something made with it, then you make it.
So he did. Quilting soon replaced woodworking as White's favorite hobby.
Fabric is a bit more forgiving than wood. You can't stretch wood or scrunch it up if you want it to fit precisely.
He says the perception that quilting is a feminine activity is changing quickly. The Whites view quilting as an art form. They use a variety of techniques drawn to different patterns.
We definitely have our own stashes of fabric, and we have to consult with each other.
I don't go into her stash without asking.
While Bruce and Naira have met other men who quilt, they're the only quilting couple they know.
So I get to use her machine at night.
Right.
Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Washington.
It is a lost art for sure. Some of Bruce's quilts were featured in the annual Arlington Quilters Unlimited show at the Dulles Expo Center in Virginia.
For years, people have asked, and don't laugh, who cut the cheese? But Wisconsin police are asking, there you go, Chris, who stole the cheese?
Cheese pirates back at it again, man.
Police say that someone stole 20,000 pounds of cheese worth nearly $50,000. The trailer of cheese was stolen from a parking lot in Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Cheese theft is considered a growing problem among retailers. Police say surveillance cameras in the area are one way they're trying to track down the cheese thief. They say they'll continue to actively search for the missing cheese. A friendly reminder to the thief, it's nacho cheese, so please,
this is bad.
Please return it.
Bad.
They're practicing in the summer, hoping for that 22nd national title. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about with the UK cheer team today.
Well, there's no rest for the all-time winningest national championship cheerleading squad.
The UK cheerleaders are hard at work this summer to keep their success going. WKYT's Deanne Stevens is out and about on the UK campus to see what the squad is up to. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are hanging out with our University of Kentucky cheer team. What an honor this is. They just got these big bad boys this week. Check that ring out, only adding to the collection of this guy here. Head coach Jomo is with us. Show him what you got.
Just a few of the ones.
Where are you going to put this one?
Going to be displayed prominently in my ring case, right up front, 2016.
Holy cow, how do you hold that thing up? Beautiful. Congratulations to you guys. 21 national titles. How do you top it?
But that's the plan, to top it next year. Just better athletes, better routine, better attitude, and going for it all again.
Constantly practicing. You just put some new, what you're affectionately calling kittens, onto the Wildcat team, didn't you?
That's correct. We've probably got about 17 new kittens in the program altogether. So after 1 year, they'll become a Wildcat.
All right, well, I'm going to let you get them set up because we're going to hear from them here in a second. Whitney is with us. She is a senior here at the University of Kentucky, and she makes me feel so tall. I love this. A true athlete you cheerleaders are. Talk about the hard work it takes to be a national champion.
Well, you know, we come in, we do our 2-a-days, and it's a lot of soreness, a lot of wear and tear on your body. It's just using a lot of muscles that you wouldn't normally use. So it's very hardcore and intense, and a lot of people don't see that. But if you stay with us for a week, I guarantee you'll be sore.
And you get no vacation during the summer, do you? You're right back at it.
No, absolutely not. We are in here all week for like 5 hours a day.
Okay, we're going to let Jomo take it away, our UK cheer team. Nice job, our UK cheer team, hoping to win another one of these to add to that collection. 21 national titles already. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Here, I'll let you hold that for me. You're gonna put it on that hand, right? Yeah. Jomo, back to you guys.
Well, he's really racking up the rings in all those years.
So successful.
Actress Lindsay Lohan will celebrate a milestone this weekend, and she's got big plans for the next year.
Lohan turns 30 tomorrow. She has been in the public eye since she was a child. She tells Vanity Fair she'll spend her 30th year writing a book, which will chronicle her personal experience and how she overcame obstacles. She has not said what she'll call the book or when she expects to finish it.
The upcoming political conventions have booked some big names to entertain attendees. Lady Gaga and Lenny Kravitz will perform in Camden, New Jersey ahead of the Democratic National Convention later this month. Tickets are only being released to delegates and elected officials. According to Variety, Martina McBride, Leonard Skinner, and Kid Rock will participate in performances in the weeks leading up to the Republican National Convention in Cleveland on July 18th.
Looks like he's lost his mind, but this dog is actually setting a world record. We'll explain next and take a look at this.
Sounds like a little bit of a mixed bag when it comes to our weather this holiday weekend. I got stuck out in a little bit of rain today, then it's super muggy out right now.
I know. I noticed about, what was it, about noon or so, some really dark clouds out on the UK campus, Chris, and it looked like it wanted to rain, but never did, at least where I was on campus.
You go 10, 15 miles north of Lexington, they had some rain a little earlier in the day, and now toward the end of the day with more humidity and a cold front into the mix, we are touching off at least some scattered showers and some thunderstorms. What we're looking at now, Hamburg Pavilion in the distance, and the sky that has that threatening look like we could get a shower or thunderstorm at any moment. Hey, and indeed, that's a pretty strong little thunderstorm that we are tracking across parts of the Campbellsville area. Watching us down into Liberty, Dunville, maybe Columbia, Russell Springs, and Lake Cumberland. That is a thunderstorm that is diving in from northwest to southeast. It's intensifying just a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on that as it rolls its way toward the southeast. Rest of the area, stuff is much more scattered. That's a sign of things to come as we get deeper into that holiday weekend. Talking traffic right now. Obviously, it's a busy day. Folks getting out of town maybe for a big holiday weekend. Let's go up close and personal on the city of Lexington, where we do have an accident on the north side of town. That is at Russell Cave and Windburn Drive, an accident there, and that will likely at least produce some backups here in the heart of rush hour.
Thank you, Chris. A parachute scare and one very quick dog.
It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this. Terrifying moments were captured on video when an Oklahoma pro skydiver's parachute malfunctioned in midair after deploying the main chute. The cords became tangled, sending him into a free fall spin. He managed to cut loose and deploy his backpack chute, allowing him to land safely. The diver is no stranger to this kind of situation. He says out of his 1,600 career jumps, this makes 8 backup chute rides. Woo.
All right. Respect him. All right, hate to bust your bubble here, but this dog can pop balloons way faster than you can, folks. A Jack Russell Terrier from California named Twinkie gleefully beat the Guinness World Record for balloon popping. He knocked out 100 balloons. Gosh, he's fast in 40 seconds. It's a family affair. Twinkie's mom was actually a previous record holder. The student has become the master. I cannot believe how fast he is.
I also wonder if you lay out, all that bubble wrap, if he has a great time on top of bubble wrap too, like trying to poke those all out.
Man, he is flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on this Friday afternoon, we hope you'll stick with us. Here's what's coming your way now at 5 o'clock.